Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. Let's get into some hot topics. Let's go. Let me start off with this. Yesterday we talked about these looks for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 reunion, and on my live and in my video, I was like, I am mad at Britt Edie because I know she would have eaten this up. So I messaged Britt and I was like, do you even have a dress? She told me to stay tuned. This is what she sent me. This is all I got right now. Child, I don't know what color this is. I don't know if it's shoulder pads. I don't know if it's lime and lemon. I don't know. But when I asked about, are we going to get color? Are we going to get more? She said, stay tuned. So I'm going to stay tuned because here it is. Say whatever you want to say. Britt is going to eat down. Right now, Shamia and Porsha is in the running. But I have a feeling that if Britt pops out, it's going to be a wrap. And I know it won't matter, but I still want to see it. Let's keep going. Then I saw this. Gretchen Rossi was going through all of her famous taglines. She will be back, I think it's July 10th, on The Real Housewives of Orange County. I may have to go back to watch OC just for Gretchen. She was like one of my favorites. Do you like Orange County? Do y'all know anything about Lori Daybell and what she has done? Honey, she is in court representing herself. Okay? They're saying that she unalived her 2 children, ex-husband, and his wife. Baby, when I tell you it's so much objection, sustained, hearsay, she has no idea of court jargon, no understanding at all. Everything she says, the prosecution say objection, is hearsay. The judge is saying sustain. You can't answer this question. You can't put yourself in this situation. The police that is on the stand that she's supposed to be questioning, he can't even talk because she doesn't realize that she's digging a hole for herself. Honey, then she got mad at the judge because she was like, why y'all put my information out there? The state versus Lori Daybell. She was like, people going to Google and find me. He was like, that's how we find our jurors. Like, we have to make sure they don't really know you, but they're going to Google me. He was like, well, we asked them not to. Baby, this right here is something else. I got to get into this. Y'all, when does Peter go in? Because him sitting here talking about he understands and saying that Simon was not in his right state of mind. And he does feel like Simon was targeted. And then he had the nerve to say, I was on that show. I understand. You understand what? If you are talking about Porsha, you were the Porsha, Peter. You were Porsha in this situation. And Cynthia was Simon. Talking about, I couldn't understand. He spent $5 million. You were the Porsha. According to you, Simon being targeted, you were Porsha. And Cynthia was Simon. Be quiet. So Laura Govan was talking to Nene during the BET Awards weekend when she was out there. And Nene asked her, like, you know, do you not want to be back on Basketball Wives? Laura said that Shaunie doesn't want her back on Basketball Wives. And she also said that she doesn't have time to play these games that these women play on Basketball Wives. She was like, she just likes to get things talked about and then move on. She don't have time to sit in it. Now that I agree with, because they will carry something over and over and over. But Laura said Shaunie don't want her there. And I kind of get that. Baby, this right here took me out. So Ra Ali is over here with on site and she's talking to French Montana, right? So she's talking about relationships, she's talking about music, and then like with the relationship stuff, he's kind of going around the questions. But then she says, what's the wait a minute, let me get it right, because you know how Ra is. What's the status of things with Russ and Drake? Baby, French Montana, the reason it's a football up here is because French Montana took his headphones off and threw them over at her and said touchdown. And then he gets up and says, I gotta go. I think I'm double parked. Ryan's like, what's happening? And somebody had to tell her he had left the building. Baby, he got out of there. I don't know. I don't know what it is with Drake and Rick Ross and him. I don't know. But he was not going to sit there another second and try to go around that question. Baby, he was out of there. The internet is just really so undefeated. Happy 44th birthday, Porsha Williams, the first American to scam a Nigerian scammer. I love Porsha, y'all, but this is hilarious. Oh, wait a minute. Look at what Simon posted. Y'all, Simon is on his way back to this internet and get on Porsha's neck. Let me tell you. You know, he has been kind of quiet. He's talking about how thankful he is and how grateful he is, and he has no animosity. The animosity is back. So in his exclusive interview with Page 6 yesterday, he mentioned something about a coup d'etat, right? So he says it's a French phrase that literally means blow of state or stroke of state. So now he gives a definition. It's a sudden and illegal seizure of power from a government, typically carried out by a small group, often military leaders, political elites, or fraction within the government. Who knew they were teaching these skills in Atlanta streets? So now he trying to be funny, talking about who knew they were teaching this skill in Atlanta streets, because he has said on his interview that he felt like he was targeted. He felt like he was in a coup d'etat with Porsha, and it was a $5 million rehab bill that he had to pay. Right? Simon is on his way back. It's messy and petty. Then, child, I don't know why we need to know this little piece of information, but looks like Kenya is not following Nene, and Nene is not following Kenya. What is that about? Because the videos where Nene said that Kenya was going to be the demise of Real Housewives of Atlanta has been out there. Have they just started unfollowing each other? Ooh, child. Y'all, this is Rachael Ray. I didn't even recognize her. I was scrolling and I heard her voice, but I was confused because I was like, who is this woman, Hoppo? Because I was like, what is going on? I think Rachael got to this point of her life during COVID, when she had to go home and she started working from home. I don't know what it is, but she is not the same. Is her show even on television anymore? This is like one of my favorite chefs, cooks, person to prepare food, whatever you want to call her. I love Rachael Ray. But I was shocked. Child, did you know that The Simpsons is in the final season or have had their season finale, and Marge Simpson is no longer with us? Child, they said they let her go, honey, and Marge is in heaven watching over her family. What? Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be watching this, because when I looked at the trailer, I realized that me, along with other content creators, have already talked about all of this, right? Destiny sitting there across from Lance pretending like she's upset that she found out he had a baby on the internet. I don't even think they're together. And Destiny doesn't care that much, right? Trish, Ken, and Marquez sitting here talking about they still can't get a divorce because Trish didn't put the name on the paperwork, the kid's name, because they have kids together. We've already talked about that. I showed y'all the paperwork. I think that was in April or something. We've already talked about it. And then Ken acting like he about to get it. Okay, anyway. Then we have, Maurice trying to be the peacemaker between Martell and Marceau, talking about whoever keeps this going is the one who started it. We don't care about that. Chris Fletcher mad at the guys for whatever reason. What's her name? Chris' wife. Her. She mad at Tisha and Kimmy because they don't want to talk about their husbands cheating or the possibility of cheating. We don't care. This show is already in on our pages. So if I see something on blogs or something on entertainment, reality entertainment TV, I may talk about that. But me watching this show, it's the wrap for me. It's your girl Millie Chan. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.